Ciao from NXPadel. Today we have a special guest at NXPHQ, Bianca from Off the Wall Consulting, directly from the other side of the ocean. Ciao Bianca, how are you doing?
Ciao, thank you for having me guys. Very well, thank you.
Great, it's a great pleasure to have you here. Finally meet in our showroom, try technologies, speak about the paddle business, etc. Would you like to give us an introduction about yourself and your company?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. So again, thank you for having me. It's super awesome to finally see the product, real life court in person. I know we've been waiting for this day for quite some time, so it's great to see and exciting because we're entering the US market. So, really happy to partner with NX and you guys because you're doing something that is very unique, different, and you're the first really to create something this innovative, I think, within the padel industry as far as product and play goes. Very first fiberglass court, no one's heard of that before. And the benefits it has, and especially for US club owners today, is it is completely half the time to install, first of all, so really easy to build, extremely sturdy, just as sturdy as stainless steel, but also the liability issues, right? So tempered glass, everyone uses a tempered glass, the safety, it's incredible, and it's kind of like a Lego version that is just as sturdy, if not sturdier, and way safer. So I think for the US market, for schools, resorts, obviously clubs, but in your backyard with kids, I think this is very, very an awesome product and something that doesn't exist yet. So
I couldn't have said that better than you. You gave a super introduction. Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically everything you said, it's super true. And also, due that you are the real person working in the US market, we're in Italy, so we study the market from away. Mm-hmm. You want to give us some insights, your personal idea of what the market is moving, what is the real goal for the US market now for padel, a bit of overview of your personal feeling on the territory.
Yeah, absolutely. So US right now is the country that is finally breaking into padel. It's crazy because we've seen Latin America, South America for many years, 30 years, Europe, the explosion, and it's finally trickled down to the US, Miami being its main hub. So we already have 8-10 clubs that have opened up in Miami, with 10 more probably coming within the next year, alone in Miami. So the potential is huge. We're all seeing it now. There's a lot of people wanting to obviously invest in the industry because it's a luxury sport that is also connecting a lot of people together, so that's what's really special about it. So it's not just sports, but it's also friendships, networking, building communities, adding padel to an already existing facility. It's a growing sport that is giving the highest return on investment today and long term. It took your 30 years, to see that curve. So it's really, really exciting times and with potential all over the US. So Miami capital, Florida is going to be huge, Texas, New York, a lot of projects, California, absolutely, yeah. So it's, it's going to be everywhere, absolutely, for sure. So we see pickleball, we saw the explosion of
exactly.
that. That's
tough question then.
Yes, so pickleball.
Pickleball.
We are all, in America we love pickleball. I play pickleball as well. Completely different when it comes to the actual, technical part of the game and the feel. But, and actually, Steve, co-founder, he's a professional pickleball player himself, so kudos to that. I'm more of the padel side of things. But yeah, we saw the pickleball, it was 10 years until it really, everyone started finding out what pickleball is, right? Padel is way behind pickleball in the US market.
The potential growth is
the potential, it's huge because you still travel to all these states and padel, well, what's paddle? You play with a racket, but no one really knows padel as a sport, right? You have pop tennis, pickleball now is you have over 35 million players in the US, and padel, with how quickly it's been introduced into the market in just one hub, the growth potential and also the viewership online. They just played the Pro Padel on Fox National, for the first time, with Marco Sopolar spearheading that, which is awesome. It's the actual, the statistics and the growth rate in such a short amount of time for padel in one little area of the US is way more noise than pickleball when it started. So the potential is...
It's incredible. No, but in fact, one things Americans are the top of the world doing is taking a sport and letting it become a real business. With sponsorship, with events, with entertainment. That's something Europeans are not so, like, I wouldn't say good, because this is online, so I wouldn't say good not to get any enemies. But for sure, US doing this, transforming a sport in a business. There's no other places like US to do so.
Absolutely.
So at the end, US is where every company is pushing right now, where the majority of potential there is. And honestly, considering both NX side, so technologies, know-how, production, blah blah blah, and of the world with expertise, helping the clients on the whole process, like really from I'd like to build up a court up to let's manage it. So 100% the full process. We can do very great things, cool things, innovative things that can help also the market growing. Because at the end, without clubs, the sport doesn't grow. So no, I'm super happy for our partnership, Bianca. I'm very excited about this. We have a lot of in the pipeline. So now the first things to happen is to really open up our first club in the US. I'm looking for that.
We are so excited, so excited. It will be happening soon. And again, it's not just about the product, of course, the paddle court. This happens at stage 2, 3 of developing clubs and communities and everything, because in the States, we all know, is the permitting. It takes time, the development of the concept, getting investors ready, getting the money ready behind the project. That takes time, right? But we help you throughout that entire process with our in-house architect, construction, building the business plans, doing everything. So to understand, does this make sense for the location? And what is the best product going to be for my location? Because a lot of people tend to overlook this, it's sometimes you get a little bit technical. Does this work for certain locations? Can I put this one outdoors? Same thing as indoors. All of these things, we help you understand and make sure that you're getting the right quality product for your location and ensure that it's maintained for longevity. So we're super excited. Super excited to partner with you guys. Again, there's nothing like this, and it's I want to get to testing it.
You can test it, you can smash it, you can keep it. No, Bianca, thanks a lot again for jumping here, for the beautiful things you said about NX and the courts, and now we're super looking forward to set up the first club in the US.
We are too. Thank you guys. Thank you. And as always, experience Padel to the fullest.